Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
Yeah, AdvBlueDude.
And welcome to the Main Street Cinema, the show where we discuss the finer points of filmmaking. AdvBlueDude, what kind of day is it?
I mean, it's a Monday.
But what kind of day is it?
I mean, it's rather warm out. It's
Would you wager to say it's a lovely day?
Yeah, I suppose. I think you could probably say that.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely, lovely day! Oh, God, how awesome is this movie? We're here to talk about Mad Max Fury Road. Easily the best movie of the year so far. Hands down. Crushes Avengers. Like, easily better than anything else I've seen.
Not
Easily.
financially.
Fuck, I don't care. Fuck Pitch Perfect 2. Let me just say that right now. Oh, God. No, I don't care. I don't care. In terms of quality, you know it and I know it. This is just gonna, like, I would be shocked if this wasn't on, like, my top 10 movies of the year.
No, yeah, absolutely. It was an incredible movie.
All right, so there's no real structure that you can do to talk about a Mad Max movie. So, where do you want to start?
I don't even know. Where would you like to start?
Do you want to get into, I don't know, like, what your history is with the franchise? Because I don't really have a lot of history with the franchise myself.
Neither do I, frankly. I watched the first two this year.
So did I!
Well, I'll be damned. I haven't seen Thunderdome. I've heard it's not the best. I've been meaning to see it, I just didn't because I was busy.
I've heard Thunderdome is definitely the most, like, studio interference that a Mad Max film had.
Yeah, a lot of that's because it was the first, like, American Mad Max movie. American funded, rather. It's like Tina Turner was in it. It was more star-studded.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to get around to seeing it. Roger Ebert, actually, I remember he gave it 4 stars. He said it was the best of the 3.
Oh, shit.
But... So, what do you think? Having seen Road Warrior and Mad Max, do you think this is better? That is one of the questions.
Yes.
Yes,
it's a hard question,
but
agree.
Yes. I have to agree. God damn it! Let's just suck its nuts, because that's all we can do with a movie like this.
Yes.
I mean, this is just going to be hard to talk about because it's just so awesome.
There's so much to talk about, but at the same time, there's not.
Let me tell you this. Coming out of the theater, I was like, okay, that was great. I love all the practical effects. That was definitely the thing that got to me the most watching the movie, because I think, as you remember, I was kind of late to watching. You know what? That's a good place to let's talk about the trailer. That's actually a really good place to start, because you were, like, obsessed with the trailer.
Yeah, there was only a 2-week period where I watched it nightly. That's the only trailer I've ever done that to.
So what captivated you about it?
Oh, the music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love the classical.
Yeah, just the way it was synced up with the film. Was
and, I mean, this movie just has such an insane style to it. And... like, stuff like Road Warrior, and I'm sure Thunderdome also has a lot of style too. But I mean,
oh yeah,
it just gets taken to the next level, though.
Yeah, this is really the. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say this is really the first Mad Max where George Miller's vision was, like, really fully realized.
Oh yeah.
With what he wanted to do, originally wanted to do. So
it just, like, I love kind of the whole base concept of this franchise, where it's like, it's almost kind of Indiana Jones-like in the fact that they're all just standalone movies. You know what I mean? There's not really much of a connective storyline. Really, the thing that grows throughout the movie is the world itself, and the world itself is really the star of the franchise.
Well,
the world and the culture and the tribes and just everything like that. The design.
Yeah.
So that's where I think this movie really shines. I don't necessarily, like, coming out of the movie, the one problem I had with it was and this was something that kind of got remedied as I thought more about it, was I didn't necessarily think the story was explained well enough. But then, you know what? Looking back
What
on
part
it,
of the story?
you know what? Just it's okay. It's completely fine, because looking back on it, reflecting on it over a 24-hour period after I saw it, I realized that was kind of the point. George Miller meant for us to kind of like just be thrown into this insane environment that's going on, and it's up to us as an audience to kind of just pick up the pieces, put together the details. I mean, there's a basic kind of semblance of a situation going on, but that's about all we know. You know what I mean? It's like, we know that this guy's sex slaves have escaped and the guy wants him back. That's it. That's the plot. And then everything else is just kind of like these crazy details that just get thrown in there that just liven up the world and make, you know what it's like? It really is like something like Pirates or Haunted Mansion, where it's like you can give your own interpretation to it. You know, you can see it and you can kind of pick up like, all right, like what is Guitar Guy's backstory?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like there are so many, like, I could picture this movie being a big kind of a big cosplay thing in future conventions and stuff like that. I think I could see this movie definitely not just inspiring a great video game in its own right, if they do make a good licensed video game out of it.
They already are making a Mad Max game.
I'm sure they are, but I said if they make it good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not connected to the movie. It's I believe it was announced before the movie was announced, actually. But it looks pretty good. It's coming out this summer, I think.
I just think that I think in terms of video games, I think this movie is going to just inspire the video game industry in general.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Like, this is a new landmark. This is a new precedent, and I'm so glad I saw it on the big screen. It's a game changer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting story-wise, so the story is unbelievably simple. Really, anyone could have written it. But the beauty comes in everything else, because every other plot point that comes up has nothing to do with the main story. It's literally just world-building.
This is like world-building the movie.
Yeah, and it's absolutely incredible. And there's absolutely no problem with the movie being that. Because of the nature of Mad Max, that's, yeah.
So let's just talk about the opening for a bit, because that is definitely what hooked me into this whole thing. So I love how, first of all, this is by far the most crazy that we have seen Max.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
I mean, because he's hallucinating, he's going nuts,
Oh, well, yeah.
You know, like, this is, like, he is, I mean, he has generally kind of lost it here. And I love Tom Hardy's performance. I love how he kind of emulates Mel Gibson in terms of, like, he doesn't even really have a lot of dialogue. It's all a bunch of, like, I mean, he does have dialogue, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we first see the Interceptor. That's the name of the car, right?
Well, it's a Pursuit Special, but I think it's a Pursuit Special, but yeah, it keeps being called the Interceptor.
Yeah, and honestly, whenever I hear the word Interceptor, I just think of the first Pirates of the Caribbean, because that was Norrington's ship, I think. But yeah, so I love how the movie, like, it starts out, it's like Mad Max, you know, he's behind the wheel of his famous iconic car, he drives off, the music's all like, da, 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 and you're like, oh, hell yeah, Max is gonna kick ass in that car, and then just instantly, it's like, nope, hell no, just crashes in it, gets kidnapped, and that was just such a good, like, oh god, like, what do you think of that, just right off the bat, that car just being like, no, fuck you, we're going in a completely different direction.
No, yeah, I mean, it did kind of throw me off, but it was really cool. I was very glad that they did that, yeah.
But then how great was that opening chase scene out of the temple? Where they speed up the frame rate, first of all. I'm sure you noticed that.
They did it a lot throughout the movie. It was really interesting.
And I love the whole bit where Max is just like, you know, he's on the ledge and he jumps off the chain. And you think like, oh, he's gonna get away, but no. All the war boys pull him in, and I think that's when we see the title. I'm
Yeah, it
just
is.
like, I'm just like, that is the perfect cold open to a movie. Like, that might be one of the most fucking glorious openings I have ever seen to a movie.
Yeah.
Like, that is right up there with Raiders of the Lost Ark. Right up there. I'm not even being hyperbolic about that. I really genuinely think so.
No,
It gets you so into the world just so fast. It is so intense, so energetic. There's already so many details at play. What do you think of the design of the War Boys, just in general?
it's odd, but it's very interesting. I like really the whole movie is full of odd designs, and it's interesting to see just the
Oh, it's visual
juxtapose.
porn.
Oh my god, yeah, no, the juxtapose between the characters is really incredible. And it's also very interesting how vibrant everything is. And
Oh
then,
yeah, I mean the colors, man.
yeah,
Like
no,
if this movie would have been came out in like say like 2008, 2009, I wager to say it would have been like during that dark and gritty era. So it would have been just fucking like muted browns, dark kind of copper colors everywhere, and it would have been fucking awful.
yeah,
Thank God for the Avengers.
yeah, no,
Because the
it's
Avengers
just
made it okay to have color in movies again. It really did.
really like yeah, right. The cold open, it's really incredible because it really does thrust you into the world of the movie, which
Oh, it
not many
thrusts you
movies.
into the world like a theme park ride would. Like it's just
Yeah,
like, okay, you're going along, and then shit happens, and boom, you're here.
there aren't a lot of movies that do that, and I think the film's constant use of like how the film constantly plays with the frame rate also accentuates that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Just really like the direness and the hecticness of the world and the film, and
This is
really
the
just
ultimate. This is the ultimate auteur action movie.
yeah,
It
yeah,
really is. It really is.
yeah.
It's
It's really
kind of a movie miracle that it even exists.
it really is, but I'm so glad it exists. And it's really interesting because like the whole movie, like everything combined makes it seem like a fever dream. And it's
All right, well, let's talk about one of our favorite elements combined. The use of diegetic and non-diegetic music kind of combined into the overall score.
oh, it's really cool.
You could write a whole essay about that.
Oh my god, you could write a whole essay on the sound of the movie. No, no, it's really cool how like a lot of the tracks are like half diegetic. um, like the drum will show up. The drum will match what the actors are doing. Like if there's drummers in a scene, what they are drumming will show up in the score, and then the orchestration will accentuate that and complement it, and it'll create something
so
fucking
wonderful.
incredible. And then like even in the score, like the score is like very, very heavily orchestrated. But then when it goes over to the guitar guy whose name I forgot, when it goes over to him, then their
He
guitar
has a
shows
name,
up.
but I just call him Guitar Guy.
I'm gonna look it up. He like the guitar shows up in the score. But
Yeah,
only,
yeah, right.
But only those instances that he's the main focus of the shot. And it's fucking incredible.
Let's see.
Slightly disappointed that it didn't use the tracks in the trailer, and I'm also slightly disappointed that it didn't use music in the same way that they used it in the trailer. But the music in general is fucking
But you know what?
incredible.
That makes the trailer on its own kind of like its own little kind of special piece of art.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah,
and
like,
this is one of those rare movies. It is like one of the few movies I can think of where the trailer is so good and it gets so many people hyped up, and the actual movie itself is just even more fucking glorious.
yeah, yeah. It's and then just the score in general is really interesting because it's really operatic, and it's interesting in that respect because the movie is so simple, yet the shots that it makes and the music it makes and just the way it uses all of that combined, it really turns this movie into a modern post-apocalyptic opera.
Oh yeah,
And
oh god,
it's
yeah.
probably the most operatic movie I have seen ever, really, honestly. And it's just so fucking interesting.
Whoa.
that the film was composed in that way.
This is like the action movie equivalent to Fantasia.
Yeah, I mean it's really incredible. It's like it has the scope of a historical epic, but it's so much more than that.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's oh my god.
I mean, like, I saw the drum guys in the trailer, and
Yeah.
honestly, that was one of the shots I was most excited about. Just that whole, like, the thing from the trailer in general that caught my eye the most was the Society of the War Boys. And I was just like, that is just such a batshit design. I love it. It's like, I don't know. It must be war paint, right?
I'm sorry?
The makeup on the War Boys, do you think it's war paint or do you think it's natural?
I believe that's natural because they also use the people's blood bags. And also if you notice, Nux gets less pale as the movie goes on.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Okay. Yeah. When I first saw the trailer, I thought it was just war paint, and I was really down with that. But no, you're right. Again, it's like that's just kind of one of those little details. It's like a fucking theme park ride. You know, it's like you just catch it if you go on it like 2 or 3 times. You know, but I saw those drums, and then I just couldn't imagine what they actually did with them. Not in my wildest dreams that I actually think they'd be like on the back of the giant fucking like truck, just like going along. And then yeah. And then I can't praise Guitar Guy enough. I just can't. It's the thing I love the most about Guitar Guy is that is during the final fight with Max. Like, he is so intent on just playing that goddamn guitar that he doesn't even give a shit about Max. He's just kind of like, he just treats Max like a fly. He's like, fuck you, let me keep playing my guitar. And, like, he's, like, such a one-note, you know, just, like, single-focused mind. You know, it's just fascinating. And it's, oh, God, I feel like this is going to be a bad podcast because we're not speaking coherent right now.
I mean, you can with Mad Max.
It's just like, remember the thing and the thing and the thing?
Yeah, remember when the stuff happened? So that was really cool stuff.
Oh, God.
No, it's just... Oh, my God. Mad Max. It's just so wonderful.
I mean, I can't praise enough the fact that it's like 90% practical.
Oh, my God, yeah. No, it's absolutely incredible.
I never thought I'd see a movie with this many practical effects again in my life. I
love that. I really love that George Miller was willing to put that many people in danger, and
right.
the people followed along. It made something beautiful.
They're like, all right, 70-year-old George Miller, we'll fucking like dangle on these like long poles across trucks for you.
Okay, you motorcycle guys, you're gonna go over cliffs and throw grenades at this truck. Are they fake grenades? What? No. Fuck am I paying you for? Go off the fucking cliff. Action.
You know, it's just like you said, like we've both been saying, it's just world building. It's like world building the movie. I mean, there's so many. I love how all the different tribes have different specific, like very distinct designs. Like I love the VW bugs with all the spikes that come out.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
And then all the people in the mountain environment that Charlize Theron kind of makes a deal with near the middle of the movie. Just all these different kind of factions that are kind of just battling it out. And you know, I think probably my favorite element of the whole thing is just like as Joe and his crew gets closer and closer, you can hear Guitar Guy like wailing in the distance.
Yeah.
And Max is just like, oh shit.
It's really interesting in general to see how just how each gang has a completely different style to them. Like there's the
It
motorcycle game.
honestly kind of reminds me of The Walking Dead.
Don't you dare say that.
Fuck you. I've been a fan of The Walking Dead since long before it was a show, okay? I'm not just one of those, like, poser fanboys that just jumped onto it because it's popular.
And for that, I'm proud of you.
I'm sure you are. No, I was into Walking Dead like the same time I was into, like, Watchmen when that was, like, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that was, like, a good few years before the show. But no, seriously, though, in Walking Dead, I'm being dead serious, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Dead serious. You know, it's like each different group and colony and tribe has its own flavor, its own rules, its own kind of lingo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like one of the things I like about the Walking Dead TV show is that they each have a different name for the zombies. Like each group calls them something. They're never zombies, but you know, each group calls themselves, you know, like walkers or biters or something like that. Deadheads. Deadheads is one of my favorite. You know what I mean, though. It's of course Mad Max does it better. I'm just gonna say it right now. Mad Max does it fucking better than Walking Dead has done in 5 seasons. I mean, because as much as I like Walking Dead, Mad Max just shits all over it. It really does. As much as I like Walking Dead.
No, it's just really cool though how each gang is a completely distinct look. And they each have like leaders that are main characters. So none of the gangs are really flat.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, like they all have not wants, they all have needs. It's really interesting. Especially like when Immortan Joe starts going after with everyone, and then he partners up with the people leader and the bullet farmer. And they are exactly what they sound like they are. And it's just really cool to have those characters specifically in there. Just because
I think
it really
Immortan Joe is one of the best cinematic villains we've had in years.
I would agree. I think they could have done more with him. But at the same time, he's a really, really interesting character, and he's played incredibly.
I honestly think the fact that they didn't go far too into him is what makes him interesting.
It's because he's so mysterious.
Exactly. It's kind of like pre-prequels Darth Vader, you know? It's like he's just a guy who's just plugged into this like weird like machine fucking body armor. You don't know what the hell it is. You don't know what the hell it's doing to him. All you know is that he's a crazy motherfucker who's lording over all these people, and they treat him like a god. I felt like they established his whole, like, godlike possession over the war boys and stuff really good.
No, so do I. I also think that just his reveal in general was really interesting.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool to see him put on the fake muscles. And then which cover up like his fucking lumpy tumor body. And then he puts on the mask, and then he goes out to greet the people.
Right, yeah, because right away, that's what I'm talking about. It reminds me of, you know, that iconic shot in Empire Strikes Back, you know, where Vader's got his helmet off.
Yeah, but the point of those scenes are entirely different from each other.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, right away, it's like you're seeing, you know, you're seeing this guy. It's like in the trailers we've seen him, and it's like with that crazy ass like mask and stuff like that. So it's like, and then the first time you see him in the movie, like you said, you see like his crazy like fat tumor-ridden blob of a fucking body, and then that's like that kind of sets the tone for him throughout the whole thing, and that's why I like him so much. Is that we don't exactly know like even what his like life source is. It's all very bare bones, and we're kind of just left to kind of use our imagination on what this guy's whole like how he got into the position of power that he got into and whatnot. Like I said, I feel like the whole religion and godlike kind of hold he had over the war boys was very, very well explained. I love the one of my favorite world building aspects of it was when the war boys spray paint their mouths right before they think they're gonna die.
With
Valhalla approaches.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think the best character in the whole movie for me was Nux.
Yeah, he was definitely the most fleshed out character.
Yeah,
Which, I mean, that was
I
his
thought he
point.
was definitely like the heart of the movie for me.
He was. I mean, he was meant to be.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny because when you see him in the trailers, you just think like, "Oh, who is this insane guy?" You know, it's like you totally think he's just going to be like the crazy guy chasing Max the whole movie, and he's totally not. And yeah, I think his whole point is to kind of show that, you know, even in this kind of post-apocalyptic, batshit crazy wasteland, there's still the potential for good. You know, even when you're like in this insane cult, you know, you can still turn it around a little bit, and there's just a little kind of monochrome of hope there, and I think he represents it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just, just it is interesting to see how, like, even just costume wise, how he changes throughout the movie. Like I said, like he gets less pale as the movie progresses and more normal, I suppose. And yeah.
Furiosa, I feel like a lot of people have already said a lot of things about her. What do you think?
I liked her. I thought she was a really interesting character. A bit of a stereotypical like strong character.
Independent moon woman.
Yeah, but I mean, she was played really well. She was
No. Yeah, I liked her. I wouldn't go as far as to call her like one of the most amazing female characters we've ever had on screen or anything like that. Like some people are jumping the gun on. I would not go that far.
No, she's not. Yeah.
I mean, I like her design. I like her whole backstory. I do like the, you know, that whole idea of her being kind of one of the remnants of what is it, the green place, and
the Vivaldi,
yeah. In that one shot where we see all those people on stilts, that's supposed to be it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's really creepy. Oh my god, I love that. Because I saw that shot and I just got chills. Like, I was just like, what the hell is going on there? I want to know what those people are like.
That was an unbelievable shot. And again, it's world building because it's never explained what they are, but we see them so we know that they're real. Or rather, that we know that they're a thing in that world.
I hate to keep going back to Star Wars, but it really does remind me of how Star Wars kind of builds its universe. You know what I mean?
No, I would agree, yeah.
Because Star Wars is just kind of like a giant sandbox to a big extent, because it's just kind of like, all right, here's these crazy things, and they're doing shit. And Mad Max is very much the same way.
Yeah, like, I have a good example, but I just can't think of what it is. But there are a ton of movies, like, or not a ton, but there are a good amount of movies that do storytelling in a wonderful way like that, where you don't know what they are, but they're there, so they are in the world, and you're never gonna find out what they are, but that's okay.
But that's okay, because believe me, the fans will fucking tell you.
Yeah.
Like, if extended universe stuff won't tell you, the fans very much will. Oh god. Oh, let's see. You know what? I think we better touch on this issue. And I think it's ridiculous, but let's just touch it. What do you think of the whole fucking like, oh, it's appealing to feminists. This is a pro-feminist movie, so therefore it's bad.
Wait, what?
You haven't heard about this?
How are they saying it's do you mean anti-feminist?
No, I mean it's people are literally calling it feminist propaganda.
How?
That's the word on the street, buddy.
How in the absolute fuck is this feminist propaganda?
Because it's women kicking ass. That's the only reason, because it features women kicking ass.
Who the fuck cares?
It's probably the same people that care about Jurassic World allegedly being sexist.
That's stupid. I mean, I can sort of understand that more, but again, it's stupid. But, like, how? No, it doesn't even make sense because women, because that are, oh
Literally
my
in this
god.
movie, you see like graphic treatment of them as sex slaves. Like you see a bunch of women getting their quote unquote milk harvested.
Yeah,
You know,
like
it's not like George Miller is sitting around being like, "All right, man, we have to really depict those women." You know, like no, he
yeah,
doesn't give
yeah. Everyone has knives, but the women have guns. Like that's like no, that's fucking. I don't understand how people think that it's a bad thing because this movie is pro-feminist, and it's not even
exactly.
pro-feminist. And even if it was, it wouldn't make a bad movie.
No, yeah, you're right. Even if it was, who gives a shit? Because it's a
Like, what the
fucking
fuck were they?
awesome movie. It's an awesome
Yeah,
experience.
I mean, like, what the fuck were they expecting? Did they expect the fucking like the maidens to fucking hang out in the truck and just be like quiet and frightened the entire time? That's
Probably,
not the point. I
probably.
mean, that's not the point of the story. If it was something else, if it wasn't post-apocalyptic, absolutely okay. I could see that they could have gone in other directions, but okay. I mean, I can. That's understandable. But in this movie, where it's a post-apocalyptic world, no fucking shit. Everyone's gonna be trying to fuck shit up. I
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's like the only people that are alive in this world are fucking crazy.
yeah.
That's the whole point of Mad Max. That is literally the point of the entire franchise.
And even still, everyone's trying to survive. I, apparently it's a bad thing for a woman to hurt a person in self-defense.
I mean, were these same people calling like Edge of Tomorrow like feminist propaganda because Emily Blunt kicks ass in that movie?
People are fucking stupid.
I just
People.
I hate these kind of just buzz things in general because it just brings the overall attitude of a movie just down, and
Yeah,
it shouldn't. But it's like seriously, if you go on IMDb, people should be talking about like how amazing the actual filmmaking at play here is. Instead, they're just like feminist propaganda. Fuck this feminist propaganda. I'm like, just fucking A.
it's not even feminist propaganda.
It's really not. It's really not.
It'd be feminist propaganda if the message of the movie is all men are evil, but that's not the message of the movie. The message of the movie is holy shit, these women are being raped by a warlord. Let's get them the fuck out.
Exactly. So are you saying that women who are being raped just shouldn't get out of that situation? Is that what you're saying? Like these anti-feminist propaganda people?
Apparently.
And I mean, the movie has Max and it has Nux, and those are two obviously very heroic characters by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's bullshit. It really is. All right, but anyways, let's not let that whole thing damper our spirits with this thing.
Yeah.
What do you think? Now, this it made about $45 million opening weekend. Dude, I think this thing's gonna have legs, though.
I don't. It's not going to do well in theaters, but it's going to do fucking amazingly afterwards.
You see, I'm holding out hope that it's going to do well in theaters. I'm still holding out hope.
I hope
Because
it does well in
like
theaters.
next weekend, Tomorrowland's going to be number one. Is it probably rightfully should be? Although I've been hearing kind of iffy things on that, so
So have I.
Yeah, and I'm going in with an open mind. I'm still excited about it, but
oh yeah, so am I. Like, I'm gonna see it no matter what. But
yeah, primarily because of Brad Bird, obviously. But
oh yeah.
I mean, if it was just like Joe Blow, if it was fucking like McGee, directing, and I say that literally, McGee, the director of Terminator Salvation. If it was someone like him, some joke director, I wouldn't give a shit. But it's Brad Bird. You got to give Brad Bird props. But anyways, I really think that Mad Max is going to be number 2 this weekend, though.
I don't know. I mean, I would fucking love it if this movie did well.
I think it's going to beat. I think it's going to beat Pitch Perfect 2.
I don't. I honestly think it's going to be. I really honestly believe that it's going to do. It's not going to do well in theaters. It might break 100 million. And
Because I Pitch Perfect 2 is getting reviews, and I think all the idiots that wanted to see Pitch Perfect 2 already went out and saw it.
I mean, it's possible, but like I think that it's gonna do great. I don't think it's gonna do well in theaters, but it's gonna do fucking amazingly like once it hits home release.
No, I'm not arguing with you there. I definitely think it's going to be like at the very least like a Dread style thing for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a new cult movie, which I mean it's Mad Max, so it kind of should be. But
I know, but just the reason I want it to do well is just because I want more movies like this, and I want it to prove to Hollywood that we don't need like CGI everywhere.
No, I mean so do I. I mean either way, I think more Mad Maxes are happening anyway. So in that respect,
I would say so. I think that's probably a pretty good possibility. I don't know though, man. I really do think that I think this thing's gonna have legs. I mean, obviously it's not gonna be number 1 at the box office. It might not even be number 2 at the box office again. But I think it's gonna hang in there. I think it's gonna be one of those movies that that it's gonna like I really wouldn't be surprised if this movie was like just in the top 5 for like 10 weekends in a row. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be that type of movie. I think it's just going to hang in there and hang in there because I mean, I'm just saying right now, this is a movie you fucking have to see on the big screen.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely.
I mean,
I want to see it in IMAX. I really want to see it in
God.
IMAX.
I just want to see it in fucking 3D.
Oh, actually, that's my one complaint with the movie.
What?
That there were too many shots that were pandering to 3D.
But I want to see those shots, though. You see, it worked. It worked. It's like, hey, go see it in 3D, and you'll see all this cool shit in 3D.
I mean, it's a really insignificant complaint, but I mean, yeah.
But that's the reason I want to see it in 3D, though, because it's like it's not like a, oh, look, we fucking changed the aspect ratio. Now it's like fucking looks like a 2D movie instead of a 3D movie, and that's like totally not. Like, seriously, the 3D for Jurassic World made it look like a 2D fucking painting the whole time. Or, I'm sorry, Jurassic Park, not Jurassic World.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, how do you know? But okay.
Oh, Jurassic World. Oh, I am just flip-flopping like a fish on that movie.
So am I.
I am just flip-flopping like a dying fish on a fisherman's boat with that movie. I'm just like, I want to see it, but it's going to suck, but I won't see it, but it's going to suck. I'm going to see it, but it's going to suck.
Yeah, I'm probably still going to see it, but yeah.
Oh, you better see it.
I intend to, but at the same time, I'm very cautiously optimistic.
Oh, I am cautious. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm optimistic at this point. I'm just like, you know what? At this point, I'm just going in and I'm just like, please, God, let's explore the park and let the movie actually breathe for a while before all the CGI shit starts happening.
I mean, like, my concern really is that it's really sexist.
I'm sure that's your concern. Can't have Chris Pratt ordering Bryce Dallas Howard around about how stupid it is to create the I-Rex now, can we?
How dare he make a sex joke?
Oh God. All right, let's see. I'm trying to rack my mind. Anything else we could say about Mad Max?
Character designs were cool.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we've already just praised the shit out of the design of this movie in general. So
tumors everywhere.
Exactly. I really like the one of the guys that's kind of a minor character, but I really liked was kind of the older war boy who was kind of Furiosa's like right hand man for a while. He was like climbing on the truck.
Yeah, the one with the tumor neck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like that guy.
No, yeah, he seemed like
gets killed fairly early on. And before I forget, well, to be fair, the video description says spoil the shit out of this movie. So.
I know. I read it.
Before I forget, like one of my absolute favorite parts of this movie is how Max is struggling to get that headgear off.
Yeah.
And like Furiosa gives him like a fucking like butter knife or some shit. And so he's literally
No,
like
she gave him a file.
Oh, a file. Okay, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
file. And so he's literally just doing a fight scene, and like in between punches and kicks, he's just like,
Yeah.
and it's like in my head, I was like, oh, poor Tom Hardy, he has to wear fucking headgear through half a movie again. Nobody knew who I was until I put on the mask. Oh God. Okay, I think that's about it, right? Unless you can think of any other like kind of like awesome little bits that we didn't highlight so far.
I mean, I can't really think of anything else. Go see it. Everyone, go watch this movie, please.
Like I said,
Support
it's
it.
like if you're into world building and you're into like original, like I know it's the fourth movie in a franchise, but goddamn, this feels like so ahead of the Mad Max. Like it
You don't need to see any of it.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Yeah.
It stays completely true in tone to Mad Max, though. And I love how pretty much every actor and every extra is, I'm willing to bet, Australian.
No.
No?
Oh, minor actors, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Theron,
No, I'm not talking about Tom Hardy, Charlize Theron. They're just fucking, they do
the
a good
minor
job.
actor, yeah.
All the minor actors, they are all, like, probably just legit, like, Australian actors.
Yeah, like 90% of them.
I think that helps fill the movie. I think that helps kind of, like, make it the connective tissue between all the movies. Because this, I mean, goddamn, it's like, it's so much more batshit than any of the other Mad Maxes. It's so much more just, like, there's just so much more design to it. How great is the shot where all the war boys are grabbing all the steering wheels and just praying to them?
Oh my god, that's so amazing. I really do love how the movie has such a higher budget than the last ones. But at the same time, it still really keeps very true to its Ozploitation roots.
It keeps incredibly true to its roots. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And like I say, it's like it's one of the most amazing bits of world building I've ever seen in a movie. Like that, hands down.
Absolutely.
This one's special. This one's special. It's like the more I think about it, the more time has passed. I just appreciate it more and more and more, and that's the best fucking compliment I can give to a movie.
Yeah.
It's not like the Avengers, because I hate to say the Avengers, it was like midnight screening. That thing was like a fucking rock concert. Everyone was hollering, everyone was cheering, everyone was laughing at all the jokes. As I think about it now, I'm like, yeah, the movie didn't really have much of a plot now, did it?
Yeah. No, I remember when I saw like the Avengers, I was like right after I saw it, I was like, yeah, this was good. But like and it didn't really stick with me. But Mad Max really sticks with you.
That's what I'm saying. All right. So I think that's a good place to end. So until then, have a lovely, 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 lovely day.